Hi, this is Turk72 here, coming at you from the heart of the tofu belt in California. Yesterday, I gave you a little preview of the Mini 14 Ranch rifle. Here it is, the full review. But I thought, how can I make this review extra special for you guys? Well, more is better, right? Okay, today we are going to compare the new versus old school versus new school. So this is going to test my videography skills here. But, so on the bottom, we have a approximately 25-year-old mini ranch rifle, and this one has the pencil barrel, okay, the thin barrel. And at the top we have one that is probably 10 years or less old. So this one's going to have the beefy barrel with the tri-bladed front sights. Again, the bottom one, thin barrel, one bladed sight. Actually, the Ruger on the bottom, the old one, it doesn't even have scope mounts, which I'll show you later. So I'm not sure when they instituted the scope mounts. It was somewhere, probably somewhere between 88 and 92, somewhere around there. So as you can see, the top one I have a scope on, and so we're going to review why you would want to get a Ruger Mini 14. There's several reasons. We can go into here. For one, I live in California, so I don't have a whole lot of choices for semi-auto rifles. But in general, these are, sturdy and high quality, reliable rifles. So they definitely have some differences over the AR, but I think they have some advantages too. So now this first one I got here. First I'll show you that it's unloaded, the action is open. Let me see if I can show you the sights. So it's got the aperture sights. So you basically line up the blade with the little hole. So if I'll show you here, I might have to put a magazine in. So I'm going to put an empty magazine. You can see that bolt is extremely strong. So now the rotating bolt can offer you some reliability, but also it's extremely strong. If you do happen to get a misfeed with these rifles, I definitely want to check out your cartridge. It's probably going to be in bad shape. It's definitely going to be cramped a little bit, and it might be too crooked to put in your gun. So that is definitely some of the difference. Now the question on 5.56 versus 223, you're probably not going to be able to see that, but stamped on the receiver is 223. So it can definitely shoot. I definitely shot 5.56 through here. I've shot about 200 rounds through each gun with 5.56 without a problem, including NATO green tips. So whether you want to do 5.56 in your gun, primarily designed for 2 through 3, it's up to you. So the 5.56, you know, has a longer, you know, the casing and the bullet together is longer in general, and it's under more, you know, pressure, you know, 15% or more pressure. So those are the differences. So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is, excuse me, another thing I forgot to mention is that the newer Rugers, they have the back part of the stock is flat, has a little more rubber on it, and the older Ruger, it has a curved end with the stock with just plastic on it. So there's definitely a lot of different types of Rugers out there nowadays. I believe the ones you buy retail right now, I think they're all going to be you know, stainless with synthetic stocks. Again, I think the retail on them is about $880 or $890. They've definitely gone up since Newtown, and as you know, the prices on AR-15s vary up and down a lot, and their availability can change a whole lot. But definitely the used Ruger market is pretty nice. I got the bottom one for $500 and the top one with the scope for $600. So that can definitely be a reason, economic you know, reason for it. So another thing versus, again, this one very light. It's got no accessories on it, so it's definitely going to be on par with the lightness of the AR-15. So let's see if we can. The other thing is for maintenance. Trying to like lock back the bolt here. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bolt lock here. I was trying to do with one hand, but it wasn't quite as slick. So as you can see, the action is pretty open there. Again, as far as general maintenance, you know, you don't really have to take the whole gun apart. You know, the action is pretty much right there. You can get in there with a receiver brush and a bore snake. You can go down and clean your gun. The stock is fairly easy to take off. I'm not going to do it, but you just undo a couple of screws and it just kind of slides right off, just like a iPhone case. The trigger assembly is pretty easy to pull open, so it's definitely pretty easy to maintain. If you're not a gun nut who wants to, you don't want to take everything apart, I think this is a pretty good option. So you also can get a Picatinny rail. You can replace this dust cover here, and there is a rail you can get on. The ones I've seen, they're really not too good. I think they really ruin the look of the gun, and that they don't fit terribly well. So there's a couple different magazine options that I'll show you here. This is a factory Ruger 10 rounder. So these are going to go for over $40. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Pro Mag aluminum. These are going to be about $25. It's a very good replacement. Here you have the standard 5-round that does come with the gun. As you can see, I got some pretty NATO green tips in there for little Christmas green for you. And so yeah, this is the magazine that comes with the gun. Now with the Ruger, the magazine changes. It's not exactly straightforward, and you got to rocker the magazine in. I forgot about this option here. This is a Millet plastic 10 round magazine for about $10. Not great, but if you're just fooling around at the range and you need more stuff to load in your magazines, it's pretty good. So these guys kind of rocker in like an AK. And as you can see, I kind of failed on the first time. It's definitely not the best type of weapon to have if you want to do a tactical magazine change. I would either practice a lot, or you can get the 5 round magazine. So the 5 round magazine that comes with the gun is definitely the easiest one to slide in there and change. I know it's not the best as far as capacity, but I would keep your original 5 round magazines that come with the gun. Okay, now the tripod is off, and we'll go over a couple more things. And I forgot to mention the barrels, which they changed about 10 years ago. So the pencil barrel, again, had a tendency to overheat. You know, if you were going to mag dump like 30 rounds, you might have a little accuracy issue after that. So that's why they got the beefed up barrel. So as far as accuracy goes, I can't really comment on these versus AR-15. To me, I'm not the best distance shooter, but the iron sights, they're good enough for me to hit easily hit a plate-sized, small plate at 25 yards. The one with the scope, I don't even have zeroed in yet. So I will do another video on the accuracy on the one with the scope. So I think that's about it for today's review. I appreciate you checking out the Turk 72 channel, and I want to remind you all to keep standing for liberty. Thank you.